For those of us who are Knick fans, you and I included, we did accomplish something. And I think it's out there for everybody in plain sight to see. And that is, we as a fan base are the most hated fan base in any major sport in this country.
I think at this moment, yes.
No, we've overtaken the Eagle fan base. We have. The Eagle fan base was the most hated. And now I think the Knick fan base is more hated than any other fan base in America. And I have never seen such great joy and vitriol just actually thrown our way as opposed to the players' way. I mean, it's just unbelievable how many people just taking shots at whether it be Ben Stiller or Spike Lee or just a general Knick fan in what we saw, in the celebrations after beating the Celtics. I don't know if a lot of this stuff is coming from Boston, but I was overwhelmed just reading it on Sunday morning. Just reading everything about how everybody in the NBA universe was so happy the Knicks had lost. So we as a fan base basically accomplished something. So we are officially, in my eyes at least, the most hated fan base in all of professional sports. I can't even think of another one that is remotely close other than the Eagles.
Yeah, I mean, I think that once football season starts up again, and then the Eagles fans will take their rightful throne. But as we sit here this morning, you're right. I mean, I think a lot of it has to do, we know the reasons why. The reasons are that the fan base, because it had been down for so long, was celebrating things that other fan bases don't normally celebrate, like second-round series victories in the streets, like they won a championship, and other people look at that and say that's pathetic. You do stuff like that when you win a championship, not when you win a second round. In fact, you got celebrities everywhere, and people can't stand celebrities for whatever reason. They really hate celebrities that aren't rooting for their team. So you've got that, and just the overall disdain for New York that the rest of the country has. It's all wrapped up in that.
So, Knick fans, we wake up this morning on a Monday morning. I just wanted to reiterate that we are the biggest or the most hated fan base in all professional sports, and I'm proud to say I'm a part of that.
I was making a little prayer to the sports gods, hoping that they give us this one here. I really wanted to beat the Pacers for many different reasons. Halliburton, the stupid Pacers fans. For years, we've been dealing with the Pacers back and forth. So I went to the sports gods and asked, come on, give us one here. I'm not asking for a championship, just give us one. Mm-hmm. And yet again, the sports gods let me down. Let us down. And then I was thinking about it. Do you think that the Knicks fans deserved a gift from the sports gods?
Oh, yeah.
See, here's why I don't think that they did.
What?
Dude, the premature celebrating. Now, I'm not going to get on people. You want to get excited about, I'm not going to give you the bid. Oh, it's awful, but I don't agree with it. It's not something I would do, but I get young kids roll into it. They want
like 7th Avenue going nuts like that?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
After round one.
A little bit much.
After a win in round two. Okay, well, that's what I mean. The way, and then it wasn't just that. It was throwing the trash at the Pacers fan. Now, that's not everybody, but that is Knick fans. The stuff with Windhurst,
they
getting up in his face.
Yeah.
The Halliburton doll, did you see that where they were stomping out a Tyrese Halliburton doll?
I didn't see that.
I believe it was after Game 5, right, Sue? That was in the streets again. You didn't see that?
I didn't see that, but I did also see that a Pacer fan stabbed 2 Knick fans in Indiana.
I saw. Okay, I did see that. Now, that wasn't a doll actually stabbing a fan. I mean, that's just where it starts to get crazier. But forget about the Pacers fan. I'm talking about the Knicks fans here. The trash stuff, the Windhurst stuff, the Halliburton doll, the celebrating. I'm whatever, you want to get on Halliburton, fine. But celebrating like you won the championship after a round, after a second round, those type things to me are poking at the sports gods. You're not going to get any favors from the sports gods when you act like that. So even though I said a little prayer on Friday, it didn't work, I don't think that Knicks fans deserved one because they were not humble, they were not understanding in the moment. They were over the top celebrating. Sports gods looked at that and said, here you go.
You think they tempted fate?
They tempted fate. Sports gods' fate. And look what happened in the end, BT.
Well,
Halliburton, his girlfriend talking smack.
Oh, my God.
Reggie in the funeral, and they're all dressing up in black, all that.
I know.
And they won again.
when you asked me about the sports gods thing on Friday, I couldn't get behind it. Remember, I said, I'm not feeling it.
Yeah.
You know, I said, I've been crushed too many times by the sports gods, and the last straw was the Rodgers situation, coming out like Captain America, and then, blowing out his Achilles 4 plays in. I'm like, I'm done with that. I pray to the execution gods at this point.
Right.
I really do. The sports gods of execution. Do your job. Get back on defense. Box out. Find the double team when they could, pass, whip the ball around the perimeter. Hit some foul shots. And they didn't play well enough because they're not good enough. And I know that there's a lot of layers there, and you can certainly, push back on that. I don't think that I'm right for everybody. But for me, there's just too many inherent flaws with this team. Whether you begged the sports gods or tempted the sports gods, not good enough.
All right, so if you're not a believer in the sports gods, which is fine, do you believe in that, like, bad karma tempting fate? Like,
I do, but not pertaining to sports as much. Like, that's why I'm not a fan of, even when my kids they know by now, but like real young, like, oh, so-and-so's hurt. Now you want them to get up. That's somebody's dad. Somebody's get up. You don't want to win that way, Now, if it's just a little tiny sprained ankle, that's different. But like, I don't want anything serious. I don't mess around with that. I do believe in karma in life.
Yeah.
I do believe in karma in the world. But not so much with sports. Boomer's big. I'm not touching the money. It means nothing to me. I don't believe in that. I just, I don't care. It doesn't resonate with me. It does for some, not for me.
I feel like, and it pains me to say this because I'm a Knick fan. I feel like a lot of those Knick fans got what they deserved.
Okay, now if that's true,
now they don't represent everybody.
That's where I was going to go.
Right.
I mean, let's say there were 7,000 people on 7th Avenue, right? What about the other million Knick fans who didn't do anything wrong?
That's what I'm saying. It's not everybody. But those fans, those vocal, celebrating, partying, at times crossing the line fans, became the ones who were the most prominent on social media, the ones that are hated nationally by people who don't really, you're seeing that, you think that every Knick fan's like that. Those fans cost us. They cost they touched the fate, they tempted fate, they messed with the sports gods, they touched us. They prevented us from having the sports gods maybe hand us a little gift. If you just went about your business, acting like you've been there before, maybe a little more humble.
But they haven't been there before.
I don't know, 25 years.
Well, we know how to act.
Yeah.
We were comporting ourselves well. We didn't mess around with that.
Put it this way, if it weren't the Knicks,
and
it were any other fan base that was acting like that,
I'd be having fun with them as well.
Yeah, and we'd be thinking, you got what you deserve.
Suckers deserve it. You asked for it. Yeah,
Yeah, I feel like you won the championship after 2 rounds. You got what you deserve.
Knick fans are absolutely despised right now, nationally. Like, they are despised.